You're listening to the RMTV podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RMTV podcast, episode 26. Jordy, how are you, mate?
Bit dusty after the weekend, mate. Still a bit heartbroken, but, you know, could be worse,
Well, happy birthday, mate.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. That was the highlight of the weekend.
Aging like fine wine, and same as the Roosters' defence.
Mate, I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen a fine wine with that many holes in it.
No, it was, we'll dive into it. Maybe the loss we needed, but... all right, well, we'll get into the weekend review. That was a bit of weekend dribble. With a few questions from Instagram we'll dive into. And we'll preview the second last round of the season, mate.
Penultimate round, and I'm not ready for the year to be over yet. I'm just not ready for it.
All right, so to kick things off, South Sydney. I think I was the only one that tipped them, but they beat Saints 40-0.
It was just disgraceful. Like, mind you, all right, I'm at a dinner for my wife works for a not-for-profit. I'm at a dinner there and I'm watching it going, come on, I just want the Dragons to beat South. And I'm just watching South carve them up and I'm like, the Dragons must really be that shit.
They must just be keen for Bali.
Yeah, have they booked their tickets to Bali? Do you reckon they've gone to like Ramsgate Travel Agency and they've booked it all in yet? Or
mate, after that performance, it would have. But, mate, with the players out for Souths, they just stood up, mate. Who's that young fella in the halves who played?
Ashton Ward.
What, mate? And he was teaching the next day.
To be fair, that was his best game he's played. So give him a bit of credit. His best game. But I've said it 1,000 fucking times. I'm gonna say it 1,000 more. Jai Gray needs to play fullback.
Yeah, I've seen.
He's the only reason.
Yeah, I've seen a few of these, South fans on TikTok doing their squads for next year. And they all have Jai Gray fullback, Latrell in the centre. It's just common sense.
It just makes sense. Latrell's too lazy to play a full game at fullback. So let him play centre. Let him roam if he wants. Let him do, what Joey Manu taught him how to do. And Jai Gray, man, mate, I love him. I think he's a great player. And, if Wayne Bennett wants to pretend to be the super coach, Jai Gray's the obvious choice. He's the only choice to play fullback for them, to be fair. All
right, well, let's dive into the Friday night. It was built up for the Friday night blockbuster.
And lived up to it, to be fair.
It did. And the one at 6 o'clock, Penrith 16, Raiders 20. Oh, a win for the nation. A win for the nation, Jordy.
A win for the nation. A win for every man, woman, child. You know what? It was better than a democracy sausage on election day. And that's pretty hard to beat.
The local I was at, 90% were going for Canberra. And we was just up the milk rhetoric here and there.
What about the kid that went to book week at his school and he was the dinosaur and he had the Canberra jersey?
You know what?
He was in the sheds after the game and I freaking love that kid.
I think Canberra should thank that kid because I think the kid rattled the Penrith players after he did that one.
You mean Dylan Butterhands?
Yeah. Who's that?
Well, it's Dylan Edwards, but he drops so many balls at the moment, he might as well be Butterhands.
Yeah, really proving his credentials for the Ashes tour.
Yeah. You're totally going to be playing fullback over the Dally M medalist.
But, no, 2 heartbreaking losses for Penrith and Canberra. They found a way. Well, Cleary, if he just kicked it a little bit to the right.
How much ribbing and just shit and how many times do you reckon during the video review Liam Martin copped it for not making a tackle at the end there after that? But I got to ask you, Presto, because I know what my reaction was when that kick hit the upright and then came back down in Canberra hands. What was your reaction? I'm just curious because I can tell you mine, and mine was hilarious.
Well, I'm pretty sure Stewart caught the ball and then he passed it to KO Weeks.
No, Stewart to Strange. Strange
right.
up the sideline. Strange beat Butterhands back into Weeks to finish it off.
Yes. Oh, it was just euphoria, mate, jubilation, joy, tears. But in all seriousness, no, it was one of the greatest finishes in Golden Point I've ever seen.
I'm going to tell you, the moment I saw that break from Strange, I was out of my lounge quick. And I was mate. Oh, you would have thought I was riding far lap home. I was go Strangey, go Weeksy, go. And then it put a photo of Nathan Cleary just dejected. And all I done was laugh and went, suck shit, chin boy.
Yeah, no, it was... But for a second, I thought the pass. I'm like, oh, Weeksy just picked it up. But I just love seeing Ricky. He's just on the sideline.
He was on the sidelines all game. He's running home with him. Like, I'm surprised he wasn't going down the sideline with him.
Like, no one else can do it better than Ricky on the sideline because Yeah,
Benji tries, but it's not. Yeah, it's not the same.
And
Ricky on the sidelines is just pure rugby league.
It is. It's they'll be pushing for the title. And another blockbuster, Melbourne 20, Doggies 14, and tell you what, Crichton, it was a bit of a controversial one just before full time. Was it a try, mate?
Nah. He knocked it forward. He's got to re-grip it. Just because you put your hands on it, let me tell you, right? If you're in field, right, someone throws you a dodgy pass, you knock it over the head of the oncoming defenders, and then you put it down like that to try and regame it, they're going to call it a knock-on, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, if it's a knock-on in the field of play, it's a knock-on in the in-goal. Don't care. Marion Seve, I'm sorry, it was shoulder to shoulder. It was normal contact that you'd see every day. There's no penalty try there. Crichton knocked it on. It's that simple.
Yeah.
If he grabbed it and lifted it a bit and then put it down, he went straight for the put down. So all you Doggies fans that are saying you were robbed and all this crap, you weren't robbed. It's the rules. Get over it.
Yeah, I think there was I think maybe Joey Johns and Cam Smith on the footy show today. I think they were saying it was a try.
No. So Joey, this is probably where the common misconception is coming from. Joey was like, yeah, that's a try. But what Joey was trying to say and Cam was trying to say as well is, I'm happy for that to be called a try. Which, to be fair, I'm actually okay if that gets called a try. But if that gets called a try, then you can't allow it to be a knock-on in the field of play for one. And two, you have to change the rule. Billy Slater said it on... Actually, I think he said it after the game on Friday night. If you want to change that rule, no worries. Let's make that a try. Like, it's benefit of the game is you score more tries. But how many wingers do you reckon, or people do you reckon are going to abuse that and just knock it over someone's head? You know, Daniel Tupou, Mark Nwanga, Nitawase, very tall guys. Knock it over the head, run past them, grab it as it's going down, put it down, score a try.
What do you think about Crichton with his little facial scrub on Pappy? Bit of nothing in it, or
we're going to talk about this a bit later, but Crichton could be the most blessed and luckiest man. I'm going to start calling him Stephen the Teflon because some reason nothing seems to stick. But funnily enough, the NRL have finally charged him for that. Mind you, they charged him Monday afternoon for it, so work that out. But anyway,
they reviewed it.
Well, they reviewed it after the game, didn't give him anything, and then I believe it was old mate Buzzy Rothfield, which we'll talk about later. But he got less than he deserved. Let's put it that way, because. To be fair, that very quickly could have been an eye gouge. And if that's an eye gouge, and, you know, let's be serious. Like, Marion Seve is a perfect example. He had a traumatic eye injury and nearly lost his left eye. That's why he's playing in goggles. Yeah. Could have done the same thing to Paps there.
Is he the first player to wear goggles on a field? I've just never seen it.
He is. First in history to ever do it.
It's
that I've seen or heard.
Different. And then Grant, he's out for 2 weeks. So
I don't agree with that. I by no means am a Melbourne fan, but if he's out for 2 weeks, there's some blokes, and I'm going to call out Max King here. Max King should have been suspended for 6 weeks for his shot on Billy Smith last week.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're gonna say that's a 2 week suspension,
I'm surprised he got suspended. To be fair,
I can understand putting it on a report. I can understand putting a penalty. Jacob Preston shoulder charged someone directly in there. I can't remember who it was in the game. Didn't even get penalised for it.
I think it could have been Liero.
Yeah, I think it might have been Liero. And then they ended up reviewing it, and he got a grade 1 for $1,000.
I know. Might help us Chookies this Friday. And Manly 58 to Dolphins 30. I'll tell you what, folks at Brookie got their money's worth. Bit of a try fest for DCE's 350th.
Well, my biggest question out of this game though was, where were the defensive coaches? Were they in Bali? Were they in Fiji? Because they obviously took the week off because no one was defending.
Maybe at 4 Pines Brewery House.
They were just sitting up on the hill, just drinking out of the old shipping container up there.
I think we both tipped Manly in this one. They had to turn it on.
DCE's 350th. You've got to turn it on for a guy that does 350.
And I know my mate here. He was balls. He slapped 100 on DC to score. There was a few times
he didn't get over, did he?
No, there was. I think Brooksy, he scored twice.
They just went the other side.
I'm actually shocked they weren't trying to set him up for one, but it is.
He done all the goal kicking. He went what? He kicked 9 goals. That's good enough.
I don't know how the wind is at Brookie, but he kicked one, and instead of going right from left, he's just gone left, and then just last minute the wind's just gone.
Just a little push over.
Yeah, and no, I think even did you see that moment at Brookie when he's going to kick, and then the DJ or whatever.
Oh yeah, the ground announcers
put the music on as soon as he was doing to kick.
Some people are just dumb. So it's the only excuse. Some people are just dumb.
So is this Manly's push for the finals?
Nah. I think they're done. I think something I said about the Dolphins, I said this about 8 weeks ago, and a lot of people, not you boys, because you boys, you're smart. A lot of people laughed at me. I said the Dolphins aren't defending well enough to make the 8.
No.
Damn, man. It looks like I was pretty much spot on with that comment because they're not. Mate, you can't score 30 points and hope to keep your team under that the way they're defending.
Yeah, they can't win the comp now, Finns. They've
They-
lost by 50.
Multiple times now. The Roosters put 62 on them.
So, I think Dolphins have had a few games where it's just been so high scoring, but their defense is just non-existent.
But that's the thing. They're like, oh, we'll score 40. You can score 32. We don't care. You're not going to make the 8 like that.
And, all right, let's look at this one. So, Warriors 32 against Titans 18. And some people are saying it was a Warriors home game. There were more fans at Seabus than Titans fans.
We'll talk about this one later, but there was a certain journo that said that.
Yeah, I don't know who the journo was, but...
I do. I've got his name. I got to save for later, mate. Don't you worry. I did my research.
Well, what about this? I guess Warriors are slowly just trotting along, getting those wins, and they may finish in the 4. Possibly.
If they didn't win this game, their season was over. And I'm saying that respectfully. The Titans have played like trash. They've got enough noise going on. Titans had moments where they showed good ability, but they were just outplayed all over. The Wars were just too good.
Yeah. Like, where are the Titans at? Because you compare them, right? Look, they're probably going to get a spoon. Them or Newcastle. And
I'm just trying to think of the nice way, because the 2 words I'd normally use wouldn't work, due to YouTube's ratings. But CF. That's about all I need to say.
Yeah. I mean, when you compare them to the Gold Coast Suns in the AFL, their Suns, they're going to be in the finals, mate. So they've definitely probably got the AFL stronghold on the Gold Coast. But
yes and no.
It's always been hard for a rugby league team to get up and going there.
No, I don't think it's so much hard for the rugby league team. I think the rugby league team, and this is from talking to Titans fans, just need to do more for their community. They need to be involved in the community more and, be proud of where they are. Their women's team has a great following. Their men's team has struggled because of...
I wonder why.
Yeah, well, I mean, that New South Wales fullback probably does a job for them.
And that's another thing, like, with the Goldie, I think Souths have a bit of a, stronghold there.
Yeah, we don't want the Roosters in Matraville, but we've got a stronghold on the Gold Coast and Melbourne.
And then I think a lot of people in the Goldie probably go for the Broncos.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I don't think there's a... It makes me think of the Newcastle region. For a long time, kids in Newcastle didn't want to play for Newcastle. A lot of them went down the Central Coast to the Roosters Academy. And I think that's what you're seeing in the Gold Coast is nobody wants to play for the Titans.
No, I mean...
There's no interest. They want to go to the Broncos. They want to go south. They want to go somewhere else. They don't want to play. They want to go to Redcliffe. The Dolphins now. They don't want to play for the Titans.
Yeah, we'll dive into the Titans presser soon, but it was popcorn worthy, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, it was a brilliant one. One of the best this year.
And
yeah,
the Eels, Roosters, we won't talk about it. No,
this was shit.
We'll have to talk about this one. Para 13 plus against the Chooks, 130-10 at a decent little crowd. They're 20,000. They all rocked up for your birthday, mate.
Yeah. Shame the club didn't.
Yeah, no, it was. I walked out the door and my old man goes, "Don't be shocked if Para win." So that
I was expecting a really good Para performance, but I wasn't expecting a loss. I was expecting like a 6-point win.
Yeah, it was. I think the Chooks were just chasing their tails from the kickoff.
I'm still going to die on my sword. Teddy did not touch that ball before halftime. I've watched that replay 20 times. My experience with baseball umpiring, we look for deviation of the ball, right, to see if it's hit something. There was no deviation of that ball. It went straight through, hit Iongi. Mate, I still say, and I'm not saying that changed the result, but I still say that was a try. Should never have been taken off us.
Yeah, and I guess the standout for the Chooks was Mark Nwakanita-Wase's flick pass.
Yeah, Timu Tupou tried to do it.
He tried
as
to
well
match it,
and gave up a try. So
was that the last try of the game? I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
He done it. The moment he done it, I was like, yeah, that's past Teddy. Yep. Them runners there.
Junior Tupou, he was picked up from Cowboys.
Dolphins. He was a swap with so Tyrese Tate, who was a young winger, went back to Queensland for family reasons, which is a shame because he's a really good winger. Who's coming up through was going to come through New South Wales Cup, and so the trade was they got Tyrese, we got Junior. But Timo Tupou, he done an okay job most of the night. He dropped a few bombs, but I think he had a tough task against Lomax.
Yeah.
But he done all right mostly, but just made some stupid errors that he didn't need to make.
Yeah, it was one of those games where half of Paris tries were just a bit of a
It was
luck and a
fluke.
fluke.
It was fluke, yeah. And
Yeah.
like that's not to take away from what they done, but they were flukes.
And look, I'm not going to take away from Para. I think
They grinded.
Yeah, and I was talking to a few Para fans post match, and I think if Moses is fit for them next year, they'll be in the 8. I think Riles knows what he's doing there. You know, he's I think he's hard hitting. He's saying to players, look, if you don't want to be a part of it, you can see you later. And I think another thing with just Moses on the field, him and Lomax linking up.
It's a good combo. I think it's the same story with Para every year. If Moses is on the field, they play well. If Moses isn't, they're shit.
And I look, they just lost to Penrith.
Yeah.
And then the week before, I think they beat Cowboys.
Yeah.
So they haven't been playing shit.
No. They've been playing good football, but they've been playing good football on the back of Moses being back.
Yeah.
And that's always the key for them is Moses.
All right, let's go up to Nui. So they packed it out here. Sold
Poor
out.
Newey fans.
I'll tell you what, mate. They just show up, don't they?
They do. But, like, I think this is the last home game in Newcastle for the year. They showed up, and that's what they got dressed up for. Like,
I think it was Nui. I think it was Old Boys Day as well.
it was Old Boys Day. Like,
And they
Clinton
got-
Newton and all those sort of boys were up there. And
And they got pumped 46-12.
both teams, their men and women's team, had 46 put on them
Oh, that's rough, man.
by
But
the Bronx.
look, Benny Hunt's 350th. Shout out to him.
Shout out to DCE, actually. He drove up there. Day after playing that game against the Dolphins, drove up there to support his mate. How good is
He's got
that?
a bit of cash. He could have flew up there, mate.
I
Could have
mean,
got the private jet off,
you know,
off the peninsula.
Northern Beaches to Newcastle, it's only like a 20-minute drive on his boat. So that big-ass yacht that he's getting next
I
year,
think
isn't
even
it?
Lomax was up there as well. That was a surprise.
Was Lomax up there as well, was he?
Maybe him and Honey's connection from Saints.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Oh, I was just presuming he's going up there because he's chasing somebody else in the NRLW.
So were you impressed by the Broncos? Or you think they're just still do you see them as pretenders or contenders?
Half and half. Newcastle's not the gauging sword for that at the moment. Like,
Nah.
Funnily enough, I was watching some stuff today, and there were Newcastle fans who were genuinely trying to work out if Jake Arthur was match fixing or not. He played that badly, the poor kid. Like, couldn't hold onto a ball to save his life, couldn't kick one to save his life. I don't think you can tell off that. What I will say is, if they had Adam Reynolds, Selwyn Cobbo, and Ezra Mam, it could have been a record score, I reckon. Like, because
Knock up that score without him.
yeah, without your three key attacks, it's a credit to Walters and Hunt for what they're doing in the side. So, you know, they're getting themselves around. I just don't see them taking that last step.
Being the contenders. We'll touch on that soon. And the last one, mate. Oh, I was watching it with me, mate. The Hewitt Leichhardt. Oh, it looked
Iconic.
good. And Tigers just had to drop the win. They had it. They were up 28, I think. I think they were up 28-18.
Something like that. Naden scored. And it's funny because you think of the other week after the Dogs game where Naden gave the chod to like on his private Insta and, you know,
Kinda backfired a little
celebrating like he's won it all. And then next, you know, three sideline tries. And credit to Scotty Drinkwater, who's not one of the better kickers, but he's okay. 3 sideline conversions as well.
Yeah,
In a row to nail it. Like, just ice that.
A lot of big occasions this weekend. Jerome Law, I won 50th for him.
You know what? Speaking of people that were travelled, Bizza, Critter, Spenny, Lenu, all out there for Jerome for Romy's 150th, which was good to see.
Got down there.
Yeah, got down there. Probably went and had a nice little pizza or something afterwards in Leichhardt. I reckon it would have been a good shout. Couple of beers.
I mean, they would have been stuck in traffic for hours getting out of there with all the fans.
Oh, mate. Surely there's like a secret player tunnel out of there.
But yeah, I tell you what, Tiny May. I keep forgetting his first name.
Taylor, Batman.
He's playing well, and he replicated the 05 flick pass. What?
I was sitting there and I was watching
Try of the
it.
year?
Oh,
Does it beat Marky Marks against the Dogs?
it's team try of the year, not individual try of the year.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, no, team
Right.
try of the year.
Because team try of the year, yes. Because like genuinely, when you're watching that, he's running towards the line like Benji at 05, just straight flick pass. Flick pass wasn't as crisp as Benji's, but wasn't bad. But I remember saw a message from one of you boys in the group chat we got, and it literally I was just like, 05 2.0. Soz. Just thought I went back in time.
Oh, it was great.
It
And,
was incredible.
I think I don't know his name, but one of the 9 commentators is going Bulla.
Bulla.
The commentary, it was pretty good this week, especially the Raiders call when they scored in Golden Point.
Oh yeah, there was they had the right people on the right games. Sometimes you get some commentators that are a bit biased, or they're a bit, you know which team they prefer that aren't playing in the game because they make it obvious.
I think that's the art of being a commentator. You just got to be down the middle
and appreciate what you're watching. You know what? That's a good lesson for commentator schools. Let's just get Rabs back to teach them all how it's done. I miss that bloke.
Oh, I miss Rabs as well, mate.
Let's set him up with the work from home setup so he can watch games at home and call them. Rabs would do it still iconically.
And the NRLW. So, the Raiders, 56 against the Dogs, 24. I think this was one of the biggest scores.
Yeah, it's actually it was one of the biggest scores in NRLW history now. But, funnily enough, wasn't the only team to hit 56 this weekend. But, tell you what, another game where the defensive coaches were in Bali for the week having a few cocktails because they did not show up at all.
And I tipped the Titans here, mate. 22. The old Saints 4.
Dargans are just fallen off, man. They had a good start to the year. They had a solid start. Then they played the Roosters at Jubilee, and it's just been downhill since then.
I think once you verse the Roosters,
you just realise there's no point
the
playing.
nail in the coffin has been.
Yeah,
that's it.
You're just like, shit, I've played the Roosters. Yeah, I'm done.
And the Chooks. This was did you get a bit
I watched the whole thing. Sorry, I
good on
missed a minute of the first half.
So 56 to Parra 12.
I'm going to respect Parra. It was 12 all at halftime.
Oh.
12 all at halftime. And then Taron Aiken, Jess Surgis, Izzy Kelly, Liv Koenig, Jazzy Strange all went, screw you guys. And then piled on 44 to win comfortably.
Who's going to stop us?
Broncos were the only team I could see doing it. Knights is a close third, but we beat the Broncos.
They didn't show much in it against. Well, look now, Broncos 46.
We beat them 30-16. Broncos have now done them 46-16. I think it's a Roosters Broncos race. And I know there's a lot of people commenting on salary caps and shit for the NRLW, but every team has the same salary cap. Don't come after the Roosters and the Broncos for being so good.
I think the Chooks were even in the women's department, the NRLW department. They got a fine little thing going. They got their own centre of excellence in Moore Park.
We were one of the first to do that. The COE for women, like that's why we have what we have, you know. And throwback on the Dargans here: Keely Davis, Jess Surgis, Izzy Kelly, Jamie Chapman. They were all Dragons girls.
Yeah.
Why aren't they still there? What did the club do to not keep them? So don't blame teams that are actually being successful by developing talent. Like, no one complained when Millie Boyle went from the Broncos to Newcastle, but they all sucked when she went from Newcastle to the Roosters. It's like, well, why not?
You got to love a latte in the East, all right?
I keep saying, Jamie Chapman, we need, Corbin Baxter maybe doesn't want to play fullback anymore.
Nick will get it done. Just Van away.
Just bring it, mate. Bondi's better than the Gold Coast, I think.
And Sharkies 22 to the Wires 14, mate.
Yeah, shout out to Jada Taylor. She made a return after an ACL, and she was that girl that went viral for the under-19s length of the field try.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's her. So she finally got back into first grade, and mate, the Sharkies finally had a bit of form and got a win up. So credit to them.
And what about the Cowgirls, mate? 30. I tipped the Tigers here. I thought maybe. And
you went the Tigers double, and I went the Cowboys double, and the Cowgirls and Cowboys got up and done the job. They got the double.
Yeah, and I know a family friend. She's in the ranks with the NRLW for the Tigers.
We got an early word, or
mate, she's so close. It's just
but like
one player away.
Are we talking like we need to kneecap someone on the way out of training for her? Like, I'm not against helping a friend.
We might need a protest at Concord at their training facilities.
I wonder who's coaching West now, because it was Kamali. I don't think he's still doing it.
We might have be Greg Inglis.
Oh yeah, Greggy might be involved with it. Yeah, maybe. No, is Greggy involved with Para?
No, Tiger. He's at the Tigers.
He is Tigers. Yeah. I'm not against kneecapping Greggy Inglis. I'll do what needs to be done for her.
All right. Well,
the RMTV podcast is brought to you by FDS Eyewear. FDS Eyewear is your one-stop shop for quality, affordable eyewear. With the latest lens technology and weekly eye testing services, FDS Eyewear provides competitive rates over the larger optical retailers. Visit their store at Wentworthville Plaza, just a short drive from Parramatta.
All right, dribble of the week. Now, a lot of dribble, left and right, they're all over the park. So is Stephen Crichton, is he protected species?
Yes.
He was just, he was doing a bit of it against the Chooks as well. Once we were up by a few tries.
Let's think about it, right? I'm gonna go back because I keep my receipts. A few weeks ago when they were playing St George, Christian Tuipulotu's going to go score in the corner. He comes in late, leading with the knees in the ribs, right? Straight away there, that's straight away. That should have been a fine. Got nothing.
Just a bit of grubbiness.
Yeah, it's a bit of grubbiness. Against us, cheap shot on Collins with massive high contact, wrapped, like when Collins was on the ground, came in, swinging arm, got nothing for it.
Trying to remember that one.
Collins was on the ground. It was one of the blow-ups when Billy Smith came in and gave him that hard shove. Collins was on the ground. He came in, swinging arm, smacked him out. There's been a couple of incidences this year where, on Taylor May, that massive high shot. Yeah. Mate, I reckon even he thought he was getting suspended for that, and he somehow I don't think he even got fined for that. I'll
throw you a question. So you're saying he's a protected species. Who's a retired NRL player who was a protected species?
Well, which one do you want me to start with?
We'll just pick one. Who was your favourite?
Oh, my favourite protected species. I reckon Smith got away with a lot. But he was smart about how he done it, right?
Cameron Smith?
Yeah, got away with a lot of facials and stuff on the ground, right? And it was more of a, he waited till the body was covering and then you'd see the arm come in and just give that old rub. He was probably one of the best protected species, and obviously the joke when Chechen finally put him in the bin, imagine binning your boss.
Well, yeah. Well, that was at Shark Park.
That was at Shark Park.
And he just got a rinsing from the crowd.
Oh, yeah, but you get binned at Shark Park, you are going to cop it because,
and then he got binned in Melbourne as well one time.
Yeah, but
I think
it doesn't have the same effect in Melbourne because Chechen had already done it. But I reckon he was probably one of my favourite protected species because, he was smart about how he done it. He didn't, you didn't realise he was being grubby until you looked at the replay. Whereas Crichton's just dumb with it and just does it straight out for everyone to see. Like, the high shot on Taylor May, The annoying thing about this, right, is we said before he's been charged $1,000 fine for what he done to Pappenhausen on Friday night, which
$1,000, but
could have been an eye gouge, could have been it's a rake. It was a genuine rake to the face where Paps could have, had some eye damage from it.
Could have been wearing the goggles.
Exactly right. Could have been doing a survey, but nothing came out the day after because I checked. I was looking for it. Nothing came out on Saturday. Nothing came out on Sunday. Buzzy boy, Buzz Rothfield, writes his comment about him being a protected species and about
these ones?
Oh, mate, doing those ones, yeah.
These ones, yeah.
Benny's in the background just watching us. He's just pissed himself laughing looking at Presto.
I'll tell you what right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Look, the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. We don't like them, right? I don't like Phil Good. No one knows that. Well, I think everyone knows that, right? And Stephen Crichton, mate, he's playing with his face, mate, like I play the pokies down at Northies.
Mate, first of all, you don't play the pokies at Northies, you play with Hindy down at Northies. But to his credit, Buzzy's actually come out and called this out.
Look, I love his columns on Sunday. He does his Saint Sinner shush.
Yeah, I love it. But he's come out, he called this out today, so Monday. After he called it out and the NRL had responded to him saying, we're going to send a concerning act notice, all of a sudden there's a penalty there's a fine. Yeah. So do you reckon the NRL realised, oh shit, we screwed the pooch on this one?
We got to slap him on the wrist somehow.
With Mitchell Pearce we screwed the pooch.
Yeah. But we'll see what he does up against his old Penrith fake this week.
Oh, yeah, that's another one.
And all right, let's dive in this one. So Des Hasler, post-game presser.
Post-game presser of the year.
He's never been a big communicator to the media. He typically shuts them down, and he was just saying, look, the journo was asking him, Tino, is he going to be at the club next? Oh, no, Fafita, sorry. And what he kept saying, just 20, he's here for 26.
He's signed for, look, I'm all for asking the question, because that's a journo's job. Now, the journo's name was Travis Mine. He works for News Corp. I'm all for it. I counted 7 times he asked about David Fafita in some form. Or he would say, that's a cop-out, give us a real answer.
You kept pushing.
7 times. Now, I'm going to ask you, because, journalism background here. If someone's given you pretty much the same answer to 7 questions, eventually you're going to realise, shut the fuck up and stop asking it, right? This ballsy man, and I'll tell you what, he must have a set of balls on him the size of Steedens, because his comment after he gets knocked back on Fafita is, and I quote, have a look at the crowd out there tonight. They're all Warriors fans. It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, once he said that, I was like, what?
The moment he said that, if I was Desi, I would have been like, no worries, mate. See you all later. I'm out of here.
Yeah, and then poor old Tina, he was just sitting there going, well, this is awkward.
Yeah, but like, look, I'm all for asking hard-hitting questions, but Desi said it perfectly, and like, Desi's good for a blow-up, but Desi said, I'm not here to talk about contract. I'm here to talk about the game. He gave him a chance. He gave him multiple chances to stop asking it. He didn't stop. Credit to Desi, but you know what? The ball's on Travis Moore to ask that question that many times and then come out with that comment. Oofed. Man's got balls like Steedens.
Yeah, look, I'll tell you now, mate. If you want to get a click for a yarn, don't go to Desi. He's not going to give you much.
I'll tell you what, though, but this journo's probably going to get a few clicks after that one.
Oh, yeah, he was going around. All right, well, Josh Hannah, he's going to take his job. So
yeah, it's been announced this year. Hannah's coming in.
On Monday, it got announced, and for 3 years. Do you think Hannah's the man to get Gold Coast out of the trenches once and for all?
I don't know. I purely don't know. They've done everything. They've had a really good assistant coach turned head coach in Holbrook, made finals with him. You then have a really, really experienced head coach in Hasler come through. Couldn't get anything out of him. Maybe they need a rookie. But, you know, the rumour is part of the issue was Hasler wanted to do things his way and players didn't like it, and that's what was going on.
Yeah.
So if that's the issue, a rookie coach, what, you're going to let him be dictated by the players?
He's a bit of an old head. He's a bit of an old head, Des. Josh might be the man that
just that right age.
You just really connect with the players. You know, there's a young bunch up there.
I also think it's more than just the coach. I think their head office is like a jigsaw puzzle, and they don't know what's going on. They don't know their ass from their elbow.
And I think Scott Sattler, he's going to be the head of performance or something.
Yeah, there's some talks because he lives up that way. You know, they've got Gordon Tallis, my favourite human embodiment of CTE as an ambassador. Like,
it's a very important time for the guy because Tino's going to hit the market.
Oh, Tino's gone.
Yeah, and
Tino's gone. Say goodbye. I think you're seeing it now. They're focusing on trying to get Jaden Campbell. So I reckon that's why Hannah was announced, because they're trying to lock up Jaden Campbell long term.
Bit of a basket case, that one.
Mate, basket case. There's probably schizophrenics that have clearer minds in that club at the moment.
All right, and this one came out today as well. The old boy played for the Chooks, played for Melbourne. Brandon Smith, charged with drug supply, allegedly. You know, it's all before the courts.
Allegedly, yeah.
And, mate, what do you take out of this? A bit of
Well, it wasn't just drug supply he was charged with, Presto. And to quote the legal jargon, using or disclosing inside knowledge for betting. Now, to clarify.
What do you think that's even?
I want to clarify this very quickly because I've had a lot of messages this afternoon. That does not mean match fixing. Right? Match fixing would be him being involved in the game. This means, based on what that is supposed to interpret to, he has provided information about a game. So it could be, hey, Walker's not playing this week. Because they're talking this goes back 12 months. So as well, he's at the Chooks. It could be a Walker's not playing. My question and my issue, right? Someone's been charged with drug supply and using or disclosing inside knowledge for betting. You'd think the NRL's no-fault stand-down would kick in, wouldn't you? He received the court summons last Wednesday. He then went on Thursday night to play against the Dragons. Why did the NRL let him play? Because according to South Sydney, they've let the NRL know. So if he got this on Wednesday, either he didn't tell the club, which means he should be getting stood down anyway, or they've just ignored it. So I think the NRL's got a bit of an answer here because, you know, if it was, you know, someone beating their missus, straight away they would have been stood down. Yeah. So, you know, call a spade a spade.
Yeah, a bit of a mixed year for the old cheese, you know, a bit of a larrikin, but now it's come to pip him in the arse if what's true, you know.
Well, there was a lot of rumours from his time in Melbourne. There's a lot of rumours from his time at the Roosters that he had other players had issues with him because of gambling and debts and stuff like that, allegedly. So maybe this is proof that some of those rumours were right, and that's why clubs have moved him on.
God, Chooks will
they'll be enjoying the fact that South Sydney get to deal with this headache and not the Roosters. Tell you what, they'll be sitting back.
The question I have is he going to be playing in the Brandon Smith Cup in 2 weeks?
Mate, I'll tell you what, if he plays, the NRL's got some questions to ask themselves. To to be charged with this, the prosecution, Queensland Police, and the AFP have obviously got enough on him that they reckon they can get a charge out of him.
Yeah.
So if they think they can get a charge out of you and they've summoned you to court, and court's September 18th is when his court summons is for, there's no way you should be playing in the NRL. You should be stood down.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Interesting to see what comes out of this one. So, all right, let's look at this one. So Penrith, they'll be resting players against the Doggies. The finals is upon them.
Yeah.
They're probably thinking, look, top 4, it's not going to happen. Obviously, Warriors got the win now, so they're probably just thinking we're going to rest some players against the Dogs, and then they're going up against the Dragons down at the Gong for the last game of the year. Thoughts on it?
I understand it, but I don't like it. If you want to rest players, why are you resting them this week? Because if you look at the ladder, right, if they lose this week, the Dogs have guaranteed top 4, and the Panthers will finish 5th.
They might just be helping an old friend out, the Canterbury Penrith Bulldogs, mate.
Yeah, but okay, but all right, using this, and Benny, our producer, suggested this earlier as well. Like, if that's the case, is this not match fixing? It's a fine line. If you're genuinely, and obviously we've got to wait for Team List Tuesday to happen.
Yeah.
But at what point is resting players no longer resting players? You're match fixing because you're saying, all right, well, the Bulldogs can beat us. Like, the Bulldogs still have to win the game, don't get me wrong, but the Bulldogs can beat us. Bang. I think there is a bit of a difference if you look at, say, Melbourne. Melbourne, if they rest players, it's a bit more of a, they've locked up top 2. They're actually disadvantaging themselves because they can no longer get the minor premiership if they lose. Yeah, you can make the argument that, but if they rest players and the Roosters win.
How would you feel if, like, Robbo did it? If this was, like, the Chooks shoes?
I've never been a big fan of resting players unless there's a genuine reason to. So, like, one comment that was put to me was, if we beat Parra and if we beat Melbourne, we should rest players for South. I don't like that. I want to beat South.
I think another thing as well is, I feel like when you rest players, sometimes if you're going through a good run, I reckon it, like, fucks it.
But the thing I can understand for resting players is they've just had 2 Golden Point losses, so they've had some big games. Edwards should probably play because he needs to learn how to catch a ball.
I think he'll be arrested.
It'll be Cleary.
Yeah.
It'll be Cleary.
I think he needs to get rid of the headgear. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, but it's kind of fun. Maybe he's just trying to, like, imagine that Romi's back, that Luai's back.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's what he is. He's trying to be Luai. Because Luai was their saviour for so long. He's done so much for them.
I loved how Mick Ennis, so he was like, the kick was, he couldn't have been more perfect. I'm like, well, it could have been. You just couldn't kick it to the right.
It could have been more perfect. He could have actually kicked the field goal, you dickhead.
Yeah.
Mick Ennis of I'm on Nathan Cleary's cock of fame.
But no, I think Penrith, they've been doing it. I mean, every year they won a comp. So look,
yeah, but this year's different. The years that they won the comp, they were entrenched in the top 4, right? There was no difference. Like, yeah, it might have cost them a minor premiership, but you're actively saying, all right, to the Dogs, come out full strength, win the game. That locks up the 4, which then means the Wars probably lock up 4th, which means Penrith are sitting there going, all right, we have to play the Roosters or Dolphins round 1 of the finals if they finish 5th. Because they should knock over the Dragons pretty quick.
I'd love to verse Penrith week 1 and win. That would be euphoric.
If Penrith rest and then lose week 1 of the finals, I will blast Penrith and I will enjoy it so much because it's basically like you could have been in the top 4 and you just blown your chance.
You know what? But I think everyone in the house in Penrith, they're thinking they're going to get the receipts now. Joey Johns came out. He said, no, they're not going to win the comp outside of the 4. Maybe this is the motivation for them to say, we're going to be the first team since
I couldn't tell you who the last ones to do it were. It's been that long.
So
yeah, but
they might come 5th and win their 5th in a row.
This is the problem, right? You now need to win 4 games in a row. Now, potentially, are those games... All right, so let's say if the ladder was as it is and predicted that Penrith have to beat the Roosters week 1, then more than likely your road is going to go through Canberra or Melbourne at some point. You have to beat one of those 2 teams.
And that's when...
Like, mate, I would be going, all right, let's play for 4 versus the Raiders, and then you got to play Storm. Or play for 3, you've got to play the Storm and then Raiders. Get yourself something in there because it's too much of a risk. That we've already beaten them in round 2. Who's to say that the Dolphins or us, who are the most likely to finish in the 8, don't absolutely demolish them?
Yeah. Oh, we'll see what happens. See what Ivan has up his sleeve.
I hope it blows up on him though.
All right, so this is a little new segment to finish off the year or the season. Insta Dribble. So we're gonna pick a few questions, Jordy. So whip out the phone, mate.
Let's pull it out.
And
that sounded really wrong.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. We'll name them, shame them. And yeah, we'll see what questions they're gonna throw at us. Hopefully some goodies. Let's start, mate.
Just want to just make a comment. Some breaking news that's just been reported.
Here we go.
From the Daily Telegraph.
Mm-hmm.
The NRL is actually launching an investigation into the betting on the Penrith Bulldogs game this weekend. The NRL's Integrity Unit has launched
the game coming up.
Yeah, has launched an investigation after a major betting plunge on the Bulldogs coincided with news that Penrith would rest key players, including Nathan Cleary, for Thursday's clash. The betting occurred before the news was released.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Wow.
What a time to... See, this is why phones are sometimes good on air, because we find out stuff like this. That's as per the Daily Telegraph. So, mate...
that could be another...
Hey, we could have Brandon Smith 2.0 in week 2.
Did Buzz break it?
I don't know if Buzz broke it, but I'll tell you what, that would have been a buzzy boy.
Oh, he would have loved to break it in that one. If it's got dogs, wow, that's throwing me off a bit. That's wonder what's going to happen.
I mean, I get that, because if the betting started before the news broke,
they're saying there's been a big bet drop within a.
Well, so they're talking that the.
Do we have figures of this bet?
Okay, the Bulldogs were $2.30. Well, actually $2.39 before the news broke.
Yeah.
They are now $1.35 favourites to win. So you've gone $2.39 to $1.35 in the space of 3 hours.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
You have some big punters out there putting big money on
Penrith
that.
were $1.57 before the news broke. That is incredible. We might have to relook at these sports bet odds before we bring them out. But anyway, let's get on to what we were meant to be talking about. Sorry, boys, I just got a bit distracted there.
No, big news, man. When it breaks, it happens.
I don't know who this bloke is. He looks like a bit of a dickhead.
Yeah, what's he say?
Benny Duplessis.
Oh, God.
Why you all follow a shit team that can't even beat Parramatta? Well, Benny, first of all, Newcastle sucks. At least Dom Young done something useful for us. He's done nothing up there.
We
love you, Benny.
Benny just goes for the Knights, but
Benny doesn't go for the Knights. He goes for the Roosters, but he goes for the Knights because he's got it, because he's Nova Casher and he cops so much shit up there.
Yeah. Oh, look, I copped that after the game, and I'm like, look,
don't worry, so did I.
Fair and square. We lost the game.
We did.
But I think Robbo knows what he's doing. It's the loss we needed. We go down to Melbourne. We beat Melbourne in Melbourne, and then we beat Souths, and then we win the comp.
Have you ever been to Melbourne to watch a Roosters game?
Last year, yeah.
Okay.
We got pumped. So,
but you've never been there for a Roosters win. You've never been to Melbourne for a Roosters win. Well, I'm going to tell you something, mate. I'm going to tell you this story. I believe it was 2022. It was Jared Warrior-Hargreaves, Nelson Asafa-Solomona, and they were killing each other.
Yep.
And we walked out of Amy Park winners. I'm telling you now, Melbourne fans love their NRL now. They're coming. They're actually... Funny story. The viewership for the NRL on Friday night was larger than the MCG's game with Collingwood playing in it. That tells you something. There were more viewers for the NRL, which includes Melbourne. But anyway, winning in Melbourne is one of the greatest feelings you have, because their supporters get so fucking salty. It's hilarious. Like, you could beat them 50-0 and they will still find a way to say you cheated, which is rich coming from a team that had 2 sets of books for so many years.
Yes, that is true.
But yeah, so on to Benny's question, why do we all follow a shit team that can't even beat Parramatta?
Well, it's just...
I love the club.
We're not a shit team. We're a great club, you know. I've seen 4 premierships. No, you know, I guess everyone...
How many have the Knights seen? Well, they haven't seen one. What was it, 2001?
Well, since I've been alive, I haven't seen Nui win a comp.
Right, yeah. No, they weren't, because 2001, they'd already come down. yeah. Sorry, guys, that was Benny off air trying to make that comment about the 2 towers.
Yeah.
And not the Lord of the Rings version.
You know, some people don't like going back in the past, but I said, Parafins, how many comps have you seen? Like,
what was the chant? What was the chant we're doing?
Junior, Paulo, you're so slow.
Oh,
so
no, not that one. No, not that one. The,
I don't know, man.
40,
you were throwing out everything.
40 years and fuck all, that's Parramatta.
Ole.
Yeah, 40 years and one fuck all para.
Yeah.
Para, that's it.
No, we'll move on from that.
On to the
Terrible
next
question.
one. Yeah, terrible question. You think you'd be better being a producer? Easy money as. I'm going to presume this is your mate as.
Yeah. He's a
Name.
Penrith fan, mind you, so...
Oh, I'm definitely going to enjoy this answer then.
But he did wear the Roosters jersey to the game.
He did. Credit to him. Name the two teams in the grand final and the score.
Yeah, I'll go first.
You go first.
I'm going to go Canberra 20, Melbourne 12.
I'm going Canberra, Melbourne, but I'm going Melbourne to win 18-10.
Oh God, please don't say that.
I said it last year after they lost to Penrith, Melbourne are winning the comp this year. If they get Jerome Hughes back, they will not be stopped.
You get Hughesy back, Grant back. Yeah, it's
Green will be back for final. So
I still want it to happen, but I'm jumping on the milk, mate.
no, look,
If they beat Penrith, I'm like, all right, they can win the comp.
the milk will be there. I just don't know if they. The youth is going to work one of two ways, right? The youth is either going to be they don't realise the magnitude of being in the grand final and they will lose.
Yeah.
Or the youth will be they don't care we're in a grand final, we're going to win.
Kind of like 05 Tigers just
Yeah.
and look, obviously we weren't going to in 29. Look, I'd love to see Canberra win a comp, but we weren't backing them in 19, were we?
No,
Obviously,
no.
we'll
No,
back the Chooks.
they were never winning in 19. There was a lot of push for them. They were never winning 19. That Roosters team was just too good.
So you think Melbourne could do what Chooks did to them in 19?
I-
Keep them.
I think Melbourne are going to do what the Roosters done to Melbourne in 18. Come out and surprise them, but I think it's going to be a bit tighter. I just think there's going to be Melbourne, if they get there, they're going to remember last year and they're not going to want to repeat that feeling.
What percentage of the nation would be going for Canberra?
I reckon 72%,
Ooh, all right,
at least.
82%.
I was going 72 because there's a lot of bandwagon Storm fans, so
Yeah,
that's why I'm including them in the numbers. But we'll move on. Thanks for the question, Az.
one more. We'll do one more question.
One more? No, there's two more. We've got two more.
All right,
more. Are the Roosters pretenders? This is from Riley, so very funny coming from a Manly fan.
Yeah.
Are the Roosters pretenders been beating B grade sides and beat falling Bulldogs team? Well, Riley, I believe Manly was on that list of teams we beat. I believe the Dolphins were on that list of teams we beat.
We beat Penrith this year.
We beat Penrith this year. We beat the Broncos in Brisbane.
We had a moral victory against Melbourne.
We had a moral victory against Melbourne. We had a moral victory against South Sydney earlier this year. I don't think we're pretenders. I just think that we are struggling in games that we should win.
Yeah, a bit of a lapse, that one against Para, but
Yeah.
I confidently said we're going to beat Melbourne, and then the contenders tag's still on us. And I think another thing, I was saying to a few people as well, look, we've had a few wins. Everyone's saying, oh, look at the Chooks now. If the players, if they start hearing this, they think, oh...
I think as well, knowing that Manly had won before the game, and let's be fair, the players would have seen that.
Yeah.
They would have seen it, so they go, oh, well, if we lose tonight, it doesn't really matter. It's not like the Dolphins are overtaking us.
And I think Robbo said in the post-press that he was just like, we just focus on Melbourne, go down, they get the job done.
Yeah, Sandon Smith's coming into the side to do his job, so...
Well, if we throw the question to Riley, are Manly pretenders?
Oh, yeah, that's why they're not going to play finals this year.
Yeah. Amen.
Now, we've got one more. Trent Stafford.
Oh, yeah,
your mate. Actually...
Para fan.
What was your favourite moment in the Parramatta versus Roosters game? Now, I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go off field for this one, not something that happened on the field. I mean, Marky Mark's pass was incredible. My funny moment was when all the Para fans started to pretend that they were Canberra fans and done a Viking clap. Because that's how piss poor your club is, Parramatta, that you have to do a Viking clap like you're from Canberra to celebrate winning a game. So, that's probably my favourite moment, laughing at them pretending to be Canberra fans.
I'll tell you what, Lukey and his drum, he's got it over the swamp. The beats coming out of that was...
Mate,
I don't know what was going on.
Actually, you know what? There's one thing. I said this to somebody on Saturday night. You know what was really good about Para Stadium this time, or CommBank?
It's a good ground.
I didn't hear the PA once. They didn't have to use the PA to start the chants.
I think I heard it a few times.
Oh, yeah, but it was like talking, like, changes, this, that, and the other, They weren't starting chants from it. They had a piss-poor excuse of a drum going, because, I'd hear it, and then Luke would bang once, and then you just drown it out.
Lukey's drum, that thing was...
He took it personally.
Well, speaking of it, Trent, he said he heard me doing the ace from his little corporate lounge. So
Well, mate, that's your first problem. If you're sitting in a corporate lounge when a game's on, like we have other issues we need to talk about there. But mate, I was very bemused at them pretending to be Canberra fans. That was my favourite moment. What about yours?
Well, I'm telling you how it is, mate. Marky Mark's flick pass.
That was incredible.
His form is outstanding,
But he does it so easily. Like it looked like they practiced that play. Most wingers would have tried to score that in the corner and been pushed out.
yeah, and then Toya got one on the board. He's been a bit quiet there, Toya, of late, but he scored one, so he's.
Yeah, I think it's more been he's just been pushed that hard defensively that he's given a lot of early ball to Marky, so Marky can do things.
But geez, he's had a big year, Toya.
Oh, mate, huge year. Poor bloke. He even admitted he's like, I don't know how boys do this every year.
Yeah, rugby league, mate. It's the toughest game of all, they say.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by The Legal Problem Solver. The team brings over 25 years of experience in wills, probate, estates, conveyancing, property and commercial law. Connect with The Legal Problem Solver on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram.
Round 26.
Serious thing, just to back up these allegations. So, mate, talking about the Bulldogs Penrith game, which is our Thursday night game. So, when I wrote this out and I wrote the sports bet odds, it was about 4 o'clock this afternoon, maybe even a touch earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The Bulldogs are paying $2.39, Penrith are paying $1.57.
Yes.
Currently, the Bulldogs are paying $1.35 to Penrith's $3.23.
That's outstanding.
That is there's some match fixing going on right there to get that sort of like there's mate, looking at a few other of these, the next 2-3 games, you know what?
Pretty much on par.
No other game has changed from what I've done.
It's obviously big news if they're going to rest players, but we don't know that yet until Tuesday.
Yeah, but mate, there's a bit sus. All I'm saying is the Daily Telegraph could be onto something that's a bit sus.
So I could slap $20 on Penrith, and then I see the team list and clear he is playing.
Well, mate, I'm not confident who's going to win until I see the team list. So I'm going to withhold. I'm going to back the bye for now. And then once I see the team list, then I'll have a decision on who I think is going to win. But if Penrith rest players, it's hard to not see the doggies winning.
So you're going to go the Dogs?
If Penrith rest players. If Penrith play all their players, Penrith wins.
Yeah, I think, you know what, I'm just going to throw it out here. Regardless if Penrith the players or not, I'm going to go the Dogs, 1-12.
Yeah.
I think they were close against Melbourne. I think they're going to try and turn it up a notch here.
Well, did that take a lot out of them against Melbourne? That's the other thing. Because they, to be fair, they put in a damn good effort. So,
and this one's at a core, I'm pretty sure. So
it's at a core Thursday night.
You think they get a decent little crowd out there?
Yeah.
If Gussie sells those $10 tickets.
Oh, mate, I just think.
No, I don't think Buzz Rothfield's going to get one.
Mate, Buzz Rothfield ain't getting anything out of Gus Gould anymore. But shout out to Buzz Rothfield, the GOAT.
All right, what about this one? So the Warriors, $1.55 to the Eels, $2.46. I'm going Para.
So am I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you'll find once the team list comes out, these odds will shorten. I think Para will just get up 1-12.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-12. Yep, I'll go the same, mate. And Friday, the big one. Yeah. So we're going down for it. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good little weekend down there. Well, Melbourne, $1.40. Chooks, $2.96.
After that performance last week, fair. But I think a lot of people look at the final scores in Roosters Storm games and think Storm kill us. 9 times out of 10, it's a tight game for 60 to 65 minutes, and then we lose focus and Melbourne knock a few in. Toops is back in. No Sammy Walker, obviously, because of the concussion, which will hurt. But Sando will come into play 6. So
Sammy absolutely he didn't know where he was after that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But Sandon Smith, I'm going to back him, and I'm going to back him to score, mate.
I'm backing him to score as well. You know why? He wants that contract.
He does.
He wants that contract. So this is a good chance for him to show to teams, hey, I can do the job against Melbourne.
It would be good to have Daniel Toops back.
We missed him a lot.
Two of the best wingers to comp him and Xavier Coates for Melbourne. It's going to be a big one. And like we were saying earlier, Melbourne, they're really turning up for rugby league. They had a sold-out game against Dogs.
Yeah, which was awesome to see.
This is Bellamy's 600th game.
Yeah, shout out to Craig Bellamy. This is probably going to be sold out. That's a bit of respect to Bellamy there. 600 games with everything he's gone through. One club, 600 games. Congratulations.
You think it's going to be a sellout, this one?
I don't know if it'll be a sellout.
No AFL
Actually,
on?
no, you know what? Yeah, no AFL on. They will get, I reckon, 25. 25 to 30 there.
Yeah, it's no, I'm looking forward to it. I got my cousin from Geelong. She's never watched an NRL game, so she's going to be welcome to the greatest game of all, and to the Chook pen. So she better
It's going to be an
ready.
experience for her.
Oh, it will be. And
Is she a Geelong fan?
yes, she.
Oh,
is.
so she'll see how real fans do it then.
Yes, that's right. And but yeah, no, it'll be good. Have the drum down there in Melbourne. And,
Drum, you, me.
I think Reece coming down as well.
Reece is
So
coming down. Luke on that drum.
hopefully he hits the KPIs.
He'll hit the KPIs. Every time we're in Melbourne, I tell him how personal it is. He always hits them.
So yeah, hopefully just get that damn win. All right, Canberra $1.22. Old Tigers, in the $4.30.
Yeah, after Canberra last week, I'm thinking it's going to be a 13 plus. GIO, 3 p.m. Saturday.
Oh yeah.
I think the Raiders will get up a bit comfortably there.
It might be a bit warmer down there now. It's spring's coming.
I was talking to a bloke from Canberra on Thursday night. He said it's still a bit
chilly.
cold down there, so that's why the 3 p.m. game would be nice. It'll be about 15 degrees, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon it might be like a close first half, like maybe 16-12, and then
And
Raiders.
then Canberra just blow it open.
They flick the switch on every second half. They do it.
Let's go to second gear now.
But it would be a good a sideline off with Benji and Ricky, mate.
Yeah, just the master and the apprentice sort of thing.
No, it'd be good. I'm gonna go. I think already. I'm gonna go Raiders.
Raiders, yeah.
All right. This one. The punters, the bookies can't split this one. Dragons $1.86, Manly $1.98. Famously, Manly's bogey side has been Dragons. This is at Cogra. I'm going Dragons.
I'm
on the
going
12.
Dragons as well because I think Manly put everything into last week. Also, the Dragons get back 3 front rowers who were missing with HIAs from the Warriors game. So I reckon, Dragons will just sneak past here.
Big ins. It's. I'll tell you what, that performance they did against South was just diabolical.
It was
And
atrocious.
Lachlan Ilias, he would have just been probably just licking his lips.
Mate, Lachlan Ilias is in there, but he's just Lachlan Ilias and Toby Sexton probably have a group chat at the moment, I reckon.
Yeah.
And they're just like loving it and laughing their asses off.
All right, and I'm backing the Saints in that one. 1-12. We'll go into Cowboys now. $2.73. Queensland Derby. Broncos $1.46.
Broncos 20 plus.
Cowboys 1-12.
Ooh.
I have an upset for Cowboys. I think it could be their last game at home. I reckon they might get it
Yeah, I
done.
think it is. Yeah.
And then bring back that conversation. Broncos pretenders.
Yeah, fair.
Sharkies $1.13. Nui $6.05.
I actually laughed at this because I reckon the Sharks might only just get past here. I reckon they're going to fumble this one a bit.
Yeah, maybe we'll ask the Knights fan at the back there. Benny,
Benny, what's your thoughts and scoreline? Okay, so we know he's on drugs up there.
Yeah, this one at Shark Park, Sunday Arvo.
Yeah. Yeah, to Cronulla.
Yeah, Cronulla 13 plus, Nico with a double.
Yeah,
I think have a big game, Nico.
I think it's going to be pretty close, and then Cronulla will just blow it open, do a Raiders.
And to finish it off, Dolphins $1.53, Titans $2.51. I see a big Dolphins flogging.
Yeah, this one scares me because currently they just have a better for and against than us. I want the Titans to win, but I think safe to bet Dolphins are going to put on a bloody cricket score on them, man. The Dolphins will fuck them harder than the Aussies screw the South Africans on Sunday night in the cricket.
Yeah, that was good, mate. Trav Head.
Travis Head, daddy of England, daddy of India, now daddy of South Africa.
Daddy of the world.
Daddy. He's their daddy as a South African just shakes his head in the background.
And round 9 of the NRLW, Raiders, Tigers, mate. Who you tipping?
I'm going the Raiders. It's pretty much a spoon bowl here because I think it's pretty much the losers guaranteed the spoon now. So I'm going Raiders. Last couple of weeks they've been too good and Tigers just haven't shown anything, to be fair.
Yeah. Raiders, mate. Poor old Tigers.
Down there as well.
Hopefully me mate, she can get a debut and Tigers can get a win. So
Yeah, we'll find out team list Tuesday, mate.
Dragons, Warriors.
Wars. Dragons have just sucked.
I'm
They've really sucked for a few weeks now, so I'm going the Wars, man.
going to go the Saints. We'll go the Saints in this one. And Cowboys, Chooks. This will be up there.
It is. It's at Queensland Country Bank, and I'm going Chooks 13 plus. Safest bet. It's better odds than Chooks to win.
I'm going to have Chooks on to 12. And
Please.
yeah, just to change it up. Sharkies, Knights. I think this could be the pre-game or post-game, maybe.
I'm going Knights. Knights to win.
Oh, I'm going to go Cronulla at home. 2 big wins from Cronulla.
Knights are that third place team for me. So if they want to stay in that contention, they need to win this game.
And Broncos, Dogs, mate.
the Broncos will put 40 on them.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
straight up.
going to go Broncos 13+. And the last one, Titans versus Eels.
Oh, yeah, Titans, yeah. Shit, all right, Tigers in there.
No,
I was confused there for a second. Good save there.
The battle of the blue and gold, both of them. I'm going to go the Titans, mate.
I'm going to go Para. They, for the scoreline, not last week against the Chooks, they played really well for at least that first half, and I think they're going to want something. So I'm going to go Para. I think they could get the upset here.
Oh, see what happens, mate. Hopefully another great weekend of rugby league.
Oh, bloody hell.
That would have been the best weekend of rugby league for me if the Chooks won. It would have put
Mate, if the Chooks won, that would have been iconic. But if the Chooks win this weekend, could be even more iconic. So, let's have some hope and faith here.
Yeah. All right, up the Chookies.
Up the Chooks!
All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. From Jordy and I. It's good night.
Have a great night, guys.